Hello everybody, trying a new camera setup here, so hopefully this looks okay. Trying to get up to where we have enough space. There we go. Okay everyone. Right about there. Alright, so let's start doing your reading for October 7th. Okay? And so, doing this, we are of course using the Fountain Tarot. And then we're going to use the Energy Tarot as well. So, let's see what we got here. Moving that over. Okay. And of course, seeing what we can do. Alright. And I know I'm a bit late on the time, but I will try to work on that in the future, you guys. So I am sorry about that. But let's shuffle these cards up here. Well, I'll do them right down here. It's going to be a little easier to shuffle, I feel like. I hope everyone's having a good day today. I'm shuffling these cards. And I hope this video finds you in good spirits. So, the very first thing we're going to do is we're going to do singles reading. Actually, no, let's change it up. Let's do the spiritual part first. And then we'll do... well, we'll see. We'll kind of see how it goes. We're going to do singles first, and go from there. So let me shuffle these a few times. One more time here. Okie doke. Okay, so what are we getting for spiritual advancement here? I'm trying to think where I put my cards. Just put them over here. So, spiritual advancement. First thing we can do. See, this is interesting. This is the Fountain card. And this is not in every tarot deck. So this is the other major arcana, right? Like this deck here made up another major arcana, and this is about going with the flow. So when I see this in reverse, I feel like we're blocking off energy from the universe. And I feel like the best way for us to get this back, to get it going upright, is for us to focus more on just being. And I talk about this a lot, but that's kind of a major principle in this life, is just learning to be, just learning to go with the flow. And I feel like that's something that can eventually, over time, get easier, but for right now, it can be a kind of a difficult thing here. Give me just a second. I'm going to change these lights here. I feel like I'm a little washed out, so give me 1 second. There we go. Now you guys can actually see me. That looks good. Alright. So, yeah, that's definitely something I would focus on, is just learning how to be. Just learning how to be in the moment, right? And we'll draw some more cards on top of this, but for now, that's what we're going to be focusing on. And let's see what else we get here. So, we also get the Queen of Coins. So this is allowing ourselves to just be in our physical bodies and love ourselves for who we are now. When I see the Queen of Coins in this reading, it's a woman who's confident. It's a woman who's confident, and it's a woman, this is a woman who's confident and a woman who knows what she's doing, right? And glad to see you're here, Kiru. And so when I see this, it's someone who's stepping into their own sense of independence, someone who's stepping into their own spiritual awareness, their own spiritual self, right? And especially, so this card right here, this is the Fountain, and it's in reverse. Like I've been saying, this is the last major arcana card. This deck is the only one I know that has another major arcana besides the traditional ones. So, and you'll see the infinity symbol right where my finger is. So this is about embodying parts of ourselves and letting ourselves be in the moment and letting ourselves become who we want to be. This doesn't mean waiting on permission to be who we're meant to be. This means being who we're meant to be now. The Queen of Coins is just a queen. She just does what she wants. she's in love with herself, she does what she wants to do, not in a conceited way, but in a way that's like, I'm here and you can either respect it or you don't, right? So that's what I'm seeing. Let's look at what else we got here, though. The Eight of Coins here. This is studying. This is allowing things to come into place. And for those of you that just tuned in, this is the spiritual part of the reading. So to me, this right here is going to be focused on studying. I know the first card was allowing yourself to be. The second card is allowing yourself to be, but knowing that there's room for improvement, right? This third card here. And that's what we're focusing on bringing into the physical. Like, so it's wanting what you already have, right? Would be the best way to describe this card. It's a focusing on, we have gifts and we have abilities. Let's honor those for what they are right now. If we want to have something new, if we want to focus on getting and attracting in that new kind of energy into our lives in a spiritual way to evolve us, then we have to respect and appreciate what we have now, okay? So hopefully that's making sense. Hello, Denise. And I'm just hoping that's making sense for everyone here. So let's move on into this here, and let's do the, well, let me shuffle these cards here. So these are the energy cards again. I've been talking about these. We've used these for a while. These are pretty spot on though, so I've been really enjoying these. So spiritual evolution wise, what are we going to be going through here? And hopefully you guys like the, I know the background is just very green, but I had to do these lives in a different place than I normally do, so hopefully you guys don't mind this every now and again. Okay. Here we go, one more shuffle. Okay, so here's what we're going to be looking at. And this has been coming up so much. Man holding a heart, and this is in reverse. And then I'm going to do this. Angel of Balance in reverse. Again, Angel of Balance. So, these cards keep coming up. It doesn't matter how I shuffle the deck. These cards keep coming up. So, there is a message here. So, when I see these two, we're doing this for the spiritual part of this reading. Okay, I'm focused on allowing things to... Yes, heart chakra is green. Heart chakra green. Oh, for the green screen. Yes, thank you. And the Angel of Balance and Man holding a heart, right? When those two are in reverse for a spiritual reading, I'm reading this as not letting other people dictate your journey in any way. Not letting people hold you, control you, or do whatever it is they want to do. This is your journey, and no one knows what's best for you besides you. So that would be the key takeaway here. The Angel of Balance in reverse to me is saying that we've ignored our own voice for so long, and now it's time to step up into that power. Whether it's feminine, whether it's masculine, whatever it happens to be, we need to step up into that power, realize who we are, understand our uniqueness in this situation, and go from there. So that's definitely what I'm seeing here. And we're going to focus on the other part of this reading here in just a second, but I'm going to change these lights again. I'm trying to see what looks the best. Can you guys still see me okay like this? Hopefully this is good. So I'm trying to see what looks the best. I just don't want to wash my face out here, so. That looks pretty good. Okay, do that. Okay, awesome. Okay. So, moving on to this, and thank you, Kiru, for saying that, for helping me here. Let's move on into the next part of this reading here. And there will be time for questions, you guys. But for right now, I'm just focusing on doing this part first, and then after, if you guys are still here, we can focus on questions. Hopefully that works for you. So, here. Okay, so our very first card, and this time we're going to be focusing on singles, relationship, that kind of stuff. So this is what we're focusing on for the singles. We get the Moon in reverse, We get the Queen of Swords in reverse. And we get the Page of Wands. So, to me, for some of you single people that are watching this, or you people that will be watching this, what I see here is we're looking at, I feel like things are starting to come up, things are starting to surface, possibly in a relationship sense, like maybe there's someone we've had our eye on, and this person is not someone that we're exactly grateful to have in our lives. I could see that. It feels like maybe there's not enough time to think. It could be a situation where we're feeling like we're rushed to think about something. And there could also be a negative air sign around us. So that would be Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. And this person would be someone who would make it so we can't actually go after what we want to go after. We're able to do it, but I feel like there's some blockages here, and I feel like this other person is making it so it's a little more difficult for us to take ourselves to the next step, right? So let's look at what we can do to bring that into alignment so that we can focus on attracting our own higher good. So what can we do, cards, to attract the person that we're wanting, or to attract the thing that we need in our lives to evolve spiritually? And this is the Six of Coins. So this is allowing things, again, allowing things to happen. This is like the harvest card, is the way I would describe this. So it's planting the seeds and knowing that things will happen. So in a single person's kind of sense, this is giving ourselves space and allowing ourselves to process whatever's happening. I view this as like we need to focus more on maybe being alone, maybe feeling our own feelings, and then going from there. But I definitely get a sense of feeling overcrowded, if that makes sense. So this is for the single people. If we're feeling overcrowded, that would be something where the way we would get rid of that sensation of feeling overcrowded is to just let ourselves, again, focus on what's really important in life. And it's not a relationship that doesn't feel like it's going anywhere. It's something where we're fulfilling our own sense of self. Okay? I'm going to draw an energy card here, and then we'll move on to couples energy. And we'll go into that. So let me shuffle, like really, really shuffle these. Okay. So we get here. And again, one more shuffle. I'm really gonna mix these up because make sure these are good. Okay. These are really mixed up. So this is for the single person. And we get the Sun card. So again, these two cards are pretty similar right here. Okay? They're very similar. They're both green. They both have that kind of energy. So when I see this, it's when we allow ourselves to focus on the harvest. We're planting the seeds that we want to sow. We're planting ourselves. We're nurturing ourselves. We're growing in our own sense of self-security. Then the Sun card happens. And from there, we start to sprout up. We start to get more and more in tune with our own sense of nature, our own sense of equilibrium, I guess you could say. Right? So let's move on to the couples and what's going on there. And then we can go into the finance part. Okay, let's go into here. And then after that, we can do questions and go from there. Still learning how to do all this live stuff, so still getting the hang of it. Shuffles. Right, one more shuffle. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, thank you. Okay. So let's move into this. Okay. Interesting. You'll see I'm getting a little, these cards, I'm not even kidding, I can shuffle them, I can take them apart, I can do whatever I can do. It's always the same cards, and so these readings are, I mean, this is for the couples, but it's basically the same as what we had for the singles. Queen of Swords, the Moon in reverse again, and the Eight of Coins in reverse again. So for those in a relationship, I feel like there could be some difficulties here, where we're looking at, I feel like there could be a sense of like a halted progression, okay? And when I see the Moon card, it definitely feels like things have kind of gotten very slow or very stiff, right, so to speak. It's not like moving forward as much. However, the Queen of Swords is upright this time, so I feel like maybe a partner is trying to teach us things. They're trying to teach us how to evolve, or they're trying to teach us how to grow, maybe in a more intellectual way. You know, if we're someone that's more emotional, I feel like this person could be more grounded, Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra. But to me, this is a sense of like this person trying to help us, and I feel like it's invading our world, right? So maybe there needs to be open communication where it's like, I don't know how to take this. I don't understand how to work with this kind of energy, if that makes sense, because that's definitely what I'm seeing here, is that it's more of a growth kind of energy. But let's draw a card from here and see what we get. So I'm gonna go like this here. These nice and shuffled. Okay. And let's see what we get. Storm warning. Okay. So if I put this, and then I'll draw another card here, and it's anxiety in reverse. So when I see this, I feel like the other person is pushing us to evolve in the relationship, but I don't feel like we're seeing it that way necessarily. However, I do see anxiety in reverse. And I feel like it's kind of like if you imagine an animal that's on a chain, or you imagine a dog that's like on a chain. They're out in the heat, or they're just acting a little different than they normally would, right? Because they're chained up, or maybe they're hurt. That's how I see this. I feel like we're lashing out, possibly at the partner that's trying to help us, because we don't know what else to do. There could be a sense of trying to get over our own insecurities, our own anxieties. But I feel like this is generally more of an evolutionary relationship, where we're definitely working towards growing as a couple, okay, and there's an energetic union there. But that's what I'm seeing. So to me, this is a really good start to have. It's just we need to allow the help to come to us, because if we don't, then that makes it so that we're not going to keep growing, we're not going to keep learning, and it makes it so that it's not the best situation for us. So my advice would be to definitely, yeah, allow yourselves to go on that inner journey. Allow yourselves to not be stopped by anything that seems superficial, or that seems to not be for your greatest good. So that's what I'm seeing here. Definitely something where we need to look at the pros and cons of these relationships, and in a lot of ways, pushing us to grow seems like a pro at first, and then it seems like a con, because then we're like, oh yeah, we actually have a responsibility to ourselves and to our partner, and that can be a little intimidating at first. Because finding the love isn't important. Keeping it after we've found it, learning to grow with it, and learning to change with it, that's what's important. And that's the hardest part. The falling in love part, that part's easy. The staying in love, the learning is can be the difficult part, because most times, it's a very humbling experience, and we need to learn to not lead with our egos in these situations. Okay, let's look at the financial side here, and then we will be open to questions. Okay. really shuffling these, so hopefully that works. Okay. Shuffle these ones. Really shuffle these ones because they're kind of big and they're kind of meaty, kind of hard to shuffle. So let's see what we got here. So for finances, we're going to be going into this. To me is mending from a possible like investing opportunity. So this to me is getting ready to put money into something again. I feel like we've worked through the heartbreak, we've worked through whatever was blocking us from getting somewhere, would actually be my take on that. And then we've got again, that Angel of Balance card in reverse keeps coming up. So to me, this is letting ourselves balance out after having a difficult year. So this to me could be maybe we put some investments into the stock market that didn't do well because of the pandemic, right? That could be something. And this could also be something where we're not able to necessarily see exactly what's going on. I feel like we had a handle on it before this whole thing happened with the sickness and everything. Before this happened, and then now things seem kind of topsy-turvy. So that would be the first thing I'm seeing here. And then I get this other sensation here that I feel like we're looking at team building. I feel like we're looking at starting something new, possibly in a place where again, it feels like it's more community-based, but we'll see here. I'm going to draw some more cards. Judgment in reverse, Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands in reverse. So these cards right here, Judgment in reverse is refusing the call. So to me, I see that there's something, or wait, that wasn't Judgment. This is Judgment. So to me, I'm seeing that there's something here where we're focusing on not hearing what's actually going on. So maybe we did something even though we felt like it was a bad idea anyway. We made a bad investment. And because of that, maybe we're being hard on ourselves, or we're feeling like things aren't necessarily panning out the way we wanted to. But I could see this almost as being stubborn. Like we knew something that we shouldn't be doing and we did it anyway, and we said, oh, it'll be fine. And then we kind of got bit in the butt, so to speak. So that's what I'm seeing here. When I see the Eight of Swords, that's putting ourselves in a situation that we can get out of, okay? If you'll notice this person right here, right? The swords are all right here, and she's got her head down, and the swords are right here, but she can easily lift her head back up. No one's forcing her head down. No one's doing anything. It's just her looking down, and there's swords at her throat. So to me, that's us putting ourselves into a situation that we could have not put ourselves in, but we did anyway. And then I see the Eight of Wands in reverse, and this is our energy. To me, this is things happening more slower, or more slowly, right? So in the financial sector, this is something where eventually we'll get on our feet again. I'm not saying like this is the end. I feel like we'll get on our feet again for sure, but it's definitely I feel like it's a self-caused kind of wound, right? So let's see what else we have here. Second chakra, Archangel Ariel, okay? And to me, this card right here is focusing more on letting ourselves be passionate maybe about what we're investing in or what kind of job we choose to go into, having more of a sense of passion and more of a sense of like, I want to do this because it's something I want to do, not I want to do this because society's telling me to do something and I want to hurry up and just pick something. It's having a passion for something, being able to go out there and doing something. So that's what I'm seeing here for sure. And we'll do one more energy card here. And it's the fifth chakra, Archangel Gabriel, which is the throat chakra here. So this is speaking our truth, finding our passion, and focusing on that kind of energy. So when I say that this is more passion-based, that's what it feels like. And this could be investing in a passion project. This could be focusing more on that kind of energy. But to me, this is us, and these weren't in reverse. So to me, this is us allowing ourselves to be free and focus on what we actually want to do instead of focusing on what we don't want to do and then losing out anyway because we're doing something we don't want to do. It's like a double whammy. Why do something you don't want to do, but then have it pulled out from under you anyway, the rug. Okay, so now I'm going to be open to any questions, if there's anything out there that you guys are wanting to ask. And if not, we'll just continue to talk and draw some cards here and go from there. Because I'm just going to be shuffling these anyway, so let's see what we get here. Let's see, do I have a favorite deck I'm using, like a Halloween type deck you would recommend? Halloween type deck, I don't think I have a Halloween type deck. I've got more, I don't know what you would call it. I pick decks that are more like this one right here, the Fountain Tarot. It's got that kind of sheen to it, that kind of shine, which I really like. But these cards are also really, really easy to shuffle, and that's why I picked these cards, because I heard that people love to do that, like love to shuffle these cards, and they're really high quality, and it comes in a nice box. So I'm looking, when I look at cards, a nice box, and easy to shuffle, and if I like the images as well. And these cards, the fountain cards, are really good. In the box, there's actually, there's one box with this one, but I've got another one that has like 2 boxes, and it's got a magnetic, it's got like a magnetic close here. And it's just really, really nice. So I love these cards because they're like self-contained. You have your own box, and then it comes with another little book right there. And I just love this deck. So that would be my deck. And then I love the energy deck too, which is energy oracle cards. I use these ones a lot, so I like those a lot. So no Halloween deck per se, but I wouldn't be opposed to it. I just don't have any Halloween decks. I could probably look into that though. Okay. Let's do this. Okay, so I'm going to be looking here through these cards. Maybe we can have a little bit here, and I can see if I can get anything psychically coming in. You're very welcome, Denise. Very, very welcome. I feel like this year, at least for me personally, and it seems like all the way around, this year seems like a year of kind of like a purging year, if that makes sense, you guys. I don't know if that makes sense, but to me, that's what I see this as. It's kind of like a cleansing by fire is how I would view this year. And to me, that's much more of a, not necessarily a metaphor. I mean, there's fires all around me where I live, and the sky the past couple weeks has been constantly, it seems like it's been constantly hazy. And thank you, Kiru. And so to me, this feels like it's going to bring something. There are certain plants in nature that will not grow until there's been a brush fire. And so to me, this is definitely planting from the ashes of the old and into the new. They say we're moving into a higher space, a higher plane of existence. And with the way psychic ability has been going and the way that people have been evolving, I feel, honestly, Kiru, I do feel like it will be better, but I feel like there's going to be its own challenges too. I don't know if there's going to be a second or third wave of this sickness, right? But I do feel like that we'll get there. We'll all get there. I think we're all feeling that way. we're getting a little antsy and getting ready to start something, because that's how I've been feeling too. But to me, I feel like this year that's been the cleansing by fire, right? And I feel like the way to move forward is to focus on the next element. After fire, I feel like there's rain that can come, and it can help to, you know, it can help to unparch the earth. I'm trying to think of how to word that. It can help to put back nutrients into the soil, and that's what we're going to be doing. I feel like from this, there's going to be a new growing of things, and especially since in our life, well, I don't know if in my lifetime it'll happen, but they say this is the age of Aquarius, right? And the age of Aquarius is about knowledge. And I'm not an astrology guy, and so correct me if I'm wrong, but the age of Aquarius is knowledge based, and I'm not exactly sure when they said it started or if it has started. I've read several different things where we are in the golden age and we're not, and so I'm not really sure that way, but we're looking at an advancement of technology in the next, I'd say 30 years, 30, 40 years, where things will change so drastically that I feel like it would become almost like an Atlantean civilization. And that sounds weird at first. And I understand how weird that sounds, but the quantum internet is going to be coming into play. And that to me is going to become something that eventually becomes a spiritual tool, almost like the physical manifestation of the Akashic records. And I feel like that will eventually happen. I do feel like science and spirituality will merge into something, but it's going to be very different from what we're thinking. And the quantum internet itself is going to be such a huge leap forward. It's going to change. They call it the quantum internet, right? Quantum physics. It's going to change based on how it is observed by human consciousness. The quantum internet, look it up. It's going to be a while before, I'm probably going to be in my 70s before they start doing anything with it, really. But and I'm 31 now, so it's going to be a while. But that's going to be an interesting event there. So yeah, I just think there's going to be something, and I feel like there's going to be more trials coming up, but I feel like they're going to be different from what we've gone through. So when I think of kind of what we've already gone through, we've gone through this virus situation, and I don't know if I'm going to get demonetized by saying what it actually is or not have the video go live. YouTube's kind of strange with that stuff, so when it comes to that, it's just like what's going to happen next. And I honestly feel like there's going to be, maybe it might get a little bit more intense, spiritually speaking. I feel like people are going to be called to action. There's the super psychics, right? And then there's the, what do they call them here in the West? Because in China, there's more female-oriented energy, and they call them the super psychics. I can't remember how it goes exactly. Basically, in China, there's been these children that have these powers that are incredible. And it's like telekinesis, it's using the more masculine psychic energy, right? And then in the West and other places, it's more of a feminine psychic energy, and that's like actually predicting the future, seership, prophecy, mediumship, things like that. And there's a development where more and more of these spiritual powers are becoming commonplace. For instance, claircognizance, clear knowing, which a lot of mediums and psychics are dealing with now. A lot of the older mediums and psychics didn't necessarily have that faculty, at least not nearly as prevalent as now. So there's a progression of these psychic abilities as we go on, and it's like the psychic abilities are starting to evolve in their own way. And my opinion on that is it's the earth seeding itself, it's the earth protecting itself, and the way that it does that is it plants these seeds, these psychics, these people that are able to do eventually miraculous things. And right now we're starting to see the start of that. And a little bit of a tangent there, but yeah, so hopefully that answers the question. And yeah. Is there any other questions? Or anything you guys would want to say on top of that, just to tune me in here. If not, we can keep talking here. But yeah, I mean, we're at an age now where things will start progressing more rapidly. I feel like events, situations. I don't feel like we're going to be sitting on the sidelines for a lot of this, spiritually speaking. Yeah, the karmic shift for sure. There's, to me, if you want to imagine karma, it's like a shadow, right? And I feel like the sun is going to become stronger in the way of like our shadows are going to deepen. So people that have a lot of karma, we're going to see that karma come out more. And people that don't have a lot of karma, I feel like won't be as affected by it, if that makes any sense. Like people that are continuously working on themselves and learning to grow and evolve, I feel like those people will come off of this a little more easily, and they'll be able to adjust a little bit easier. But I feel like people that are karmically dense or heavy, or uh, haven't dealt with things, people that hurt other people, people that do things for their own selfish gains and they don't think of others, that's what I'm talking about. Those people are going to have a more difficult time. It's actually really interesting. I feel like it's just going to become a wider and wider disparity, so to speak. And I just think it's going to be interesting to watch that play out. But the karmic shift is definitely something that I feel like is happening in this world. And it's not something that we can, I feel like right now we can sort of turn a blind eye to it a little bit, but even the less spiritually inclined as time goes on, I feel like we're going to see things happen that really don't make a ton of sense in the conventional way, right? So that'll be interesting to see. There's already so much that's going on with technology, but eventually spirituality, I feel like, will fuse with that and it'll become something. Because the quantum internet, like I was saying, as soon as the quantum world starts becoming a thing, the quantum and metaphysics, they're brothers, they're sisters, they're brothers, they're like crossed together. So as soon as that starts taking place, we're going to have huge advancements. And I think it was Tesla who said if we studied consciousness, or I can't remember, I think he said if we studied consciousness for a decade, we would find out more about the human condition than anything else. Thank you so much, Denise. You're very sweet. Thank you. But all right, Andre, let's hear what you have. What do you got? Sure, you can do a question. Otherwise, it's me monologuing, and as much fun as that is for me, I'm sure you guys would want a little something different. So let's see what we got. So we addressed this last time you were on, Andre, and I said I feel like you would get it. Um, so if you remember what I said last time, I can't remember if maybe you tuned out or the thing stopped. Okay, okay. But yeah, if it's the same thing you were talking about a few days ago, I feel like you will get it. If I can remember right, the cards were pretty clear that you would be getting it. So I would say no need to worry there, my friend. I feel like you have got it. Or you'll find something that guides you to something even greater. It felt like it was more of a much more like clear. Yeah. From what I remember, I can't remember the cards exactly, but it was a lot of really good cards, if I can remember. It's I think it was a 10 of coins or pentacles. Um, I think it was the ace as well. I can't remember for sure. So yeah, just allow yourself to do that. Allow yourself to get into that space, and I would say don't try to rush the process along either. I do feel like it might take just a teeny bit of time, but I feel like things will turn out for you. So just stay in there and try your best. And remember, the energies we're working on whatever the energy is now, and we're projecting it in the future. So there are things that are liable to change. Like, for instance, Andre, if you went out and you acted horribly, or you did really negative, nasty things, and you were on the news and things like that, and people found out that you did something bad or whatever, that could affect your chances of being hired. What I'm trying to say is I'm taking the energy of the situation as I saw it, I'm projecting it forward, and the answer at that moment did seem to be a yes. So that's what we're working for, or what we're looking on, is like these quantum states of variability, or like right now it's leaning much more towards yes than it is no. So that's, yeah, you're very welcome, my friend. I was just letting you know that that's where that was coming from. And hopefully you understood some of that, because I know it can be confusing. Okay, Kiru, your health improving. Let's see. I remember you telling me you were Portuguese, but hopefully I speak... Yes, okay. And you can type very well too, so you're doing really good. Okay. When will your health be improving? So, Kiru, what kind of issues were we having? You said your health will be improving. What do you mean by that necessarily? Like, are you feeling sick? Are you feeling low energy? What's going on? Remember we talked about this before, but I can't remember the specifics, so... Ah, okay. Is there anything to do with... okay. Okay. Is there anything to do with the throat or your sinuses at all? Joints and muscles. Okay. Completely different spot. Let me see what's going on. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Very bad for months. Okay, because I felt like my throat was flaring up a little bit. That's interesting. Okay, so no sinuses. That's good. That's good. Okay, these flare-ups that you have, is there welts, like actual welts appearing on the skin, or like lesions almost? Not boils or anything necessarily, but is there like a skin flare-up that happens, like an actual pretty big flare-up, or what is it exactly? Oh, just internal joint pain. Okay. Okay. Muscle cramps. Okay. So I'm getting a lot of cards here. So I got 7 of coins in reverse, and then I've got the Page of Coins, 9 of Cups, 4 of Coins, and then Knight of Coins in reverse. I imagine it's painful. When I look at all these coins here, I'm feeling like there's good days and bad days, right? There's the flare-ups, and I'm feeling like it's like good, then bad, right? Or does it stay bad for a while? I'm feeling like it's good, and then it's bad, and then it's good, and then it's bad. You said there was flare-ups, so let me draw here. Part of me feels more like it's, yeah, good and then bad. Okay, so part of me feels, and again, not a doctor, not someone who can diagnose. That's obviously not what this is. But I do feel like it's more stress-related, if that makes sense. Do you feel like it's stress-related? Or do you feel like there's something else causing it? Yeah, I remember you telling me that. The COVID anxiety. It's interesting too with your reading because a lot of this is dealing with, and you told me there was financial things. I mean, the amount of money cards that I have relating to this. Well, yeah, okay, yeah, the stress would be from the pain itself. But I'm getting a lot of these cards too, which I could view them as physical body issues as well. But I'm looking at this like there's just a lot of stress and pain in the body, and both of those help the other one to. I mean, they don't help the other one, but both of those can sort of trigger each other if that makes sense. Okay, cards at this point I don't feel like are going to be the best, so we're just going to tune in. We're going to do some intuitive work, okay? Yes, I remember that. I do remember that. So I imagine you're going through this kind of pain, and you're just kind of grinning and bearing it, right? Because you can't do anything about it in that way. Alright, that's what I was thinking. Okay. So let's do something then. So let's focus on something here. Can you are you in a place where you feel like you can relax a little bit? Like, is it quiet where you're at? Okay, so let's do a little, maybe 2 or 3 minutes like energy session. I can tell you what I feel, and knowing me, it'll be a teeny bit longer than that because I like to talk. But let's focus on something here. So I'm going to focus on this here. And this right here is, if I can get it. This is Moldavite right here. So I should be able to focus some energy through here. Moldavite is very high vibration. Space rock, basically. I'm going to focus some energy through here, and we're going to see what we can do that way. So, Kiru, I just want you to relax for just a second, and we're going to focus on just bringing some energy and some circulation into your body in that way, like an energetic circulation, right? So just let yourself relax as much as you can, and we'll send a little bit of energy your way, okay? If that's okay with you, obviously I want your permission first. And if not, that's okay too. I will not be offended. That's a very personal thing. Okay. All right. Okay, I'm going to send my guides to you. I'll send my guides to you, and we'll focus on doing just a little bit of energy work here, so. And don't worry about typing or doing anything, just let yourself feel the energy as I do this, and then we'll go from there. And anyone else watching this as well, you can also tune into this energy that I'm sending. It's a quantum thing, so feel free to tune into it. Okay. Okay. All right. So Kiru, just a little bit of the energy there. Did you feel anything on your end as we were doing that and focusing on that? I can tell you what I got, but I want to hear if you got anything on your end first. Okay. All right. Hmm. Hopefully that helps just a little bit. I mean, obviously that was a very, very small session, but any little bit should help. Good. Okay. And that can be something that can really help. I mean, just rotating our heads, just doing that kind of thing, and that's something that can happen in mediumship too, where we enter a trance-like state and we're moving our heads. You know, that's actually something that can happen in mediumship too. Hopefully that helped a little bit to ease, you know, just anything physically, mentally, just to put things into perspective. I felt my heart opening up a little bit, which was good. And I got a feeling of, what is that called? Does it flare up a lot in your, like your elbow area, like right here, or where is it more in the shoulders? You said in the joints, so I'm thinking. I was feeling it in the elbow a little bit. Forearms, okay. It makes me wonder, thumb and finger. Okay. Okay. Hmm. Okay. All right. So that's something I was feeling was the elbow, but then I'm getting a feeling of, I feel like these two go hand in hand. Were you having these kinds of issues before this whole virus thing started? Or did this just happen this year with the whole scare? No, you weren't. Okay. So it feels, and I'm feeling like there's something else too. It's new the last weeks. Okay. Okay. I'm getting a sense of there being things compounding. So I don't feel like it's necessarily just the anxiety of the virus. I don't feel like it's necessarily just that. I'm getting a sense of something happening. I feel like it has to do with something happening that affected the heart chakra, is what I'm feeling. I feel like some kind of unkindness happened here, and I feel like there was an undermining of our own value, possibly, and I feel like that's where this is stemming from, if that makes any sense. Because I felt like I wasn't enough. That's something I was feeling in my heart. Like there was a feeling of I'm not enough, and it's. You'll have to tell me if that makes sense to you, though. Okay. Okay. Let's see what I can find out here about that. Because my feeling from that was, that's what it could be. I mean, I could see that. I was feeling almost like a rumination kind of energy where it's like, I'm not good enough, or this situation isn't good enough, things should be better, but it's like really being hard on ourselves about a situation, and it's something that's out of our control at the moment, and I felt like I was beating myself up about it. So that's why I was saying that, if that makes sense. Because a lot of times when a situation isn't in our control, we writhe and struggle against it, and we really push ourselves and wear ourselves out completely, and then we make ourselves sick. I'm not saying it is just that, I'm just saying what I felt as an underlying possible condition could be that. So how are you feeling now, Kiru, though? My heart's feeling a little bit lighter, so I'm wondering if on your end you're feeling a little lighter as well. My heart feels a little more not as constricted. I'm wondering if you're feeling a little bit better, possibly. A little lighter. Okay. Okay, that's good. That is good. I mean, that's obviously what we're aiming to do. We want to make it so that you feel a sense of lightness. And then I have these chakra stones I work with too. You can see them. It's kind of hard to see them, but I don't know how to hold them up. Oh, I'll just do it this way. I have a cute little jar I got, okay? And inside here I've got all the chakra colors. And it makes it so that when you're working with client's energy, you can just grab one of the stones and you can focus more on that chakra, that kind of energy. So that's why I do that. And then the Moldavite there was obviously to just kind of jumpstart the healing process. But yeah, that can be tricky to work with. It feels like most of it's caused by, I feel like it's compounded now, but there's energy and motion in the body, and when that's blocked in any way, it creates these sort of health issues, right? And it can range from anything. And again, I'm not a doctor. I don't know if you guys know that about me. Not a doctor, but I just know that there's a tendency for mind and body to link together on certain things. Like one time I was stressed out, and I pulled a muscle in my neck, and it felt like it just happened out of nowhere. Like my neck was fine just from the stress alone. And there's many other causes and symptoms for things too, but we can pull things out, have things come out of alignment, and then just acting unusual and feeling ourselves becoming more and more kind of clouded in our judgment and our ways of thinking can sort of cause that. I feel like this will go away for you, Kiru, but I'm feeling like there's a little more inner work that needs to be done too, where we're focusing on that right now in this moment. Things are as they are, and we'll strive to do better, and we'll strive to focus on doing better, but for right now, we have to be in the moment. If we're anywhere else, that's not going to take us where we want to be. The only moment that the only thing that matters now is the moment that we're in now, and there won't be a future if we're focusing on the future. That hasn't happened yet. It's not real. But the now moment is real, and that's something we can focus on to bring that into fruition. Right? Hopefully that made sense too. So, yeah. You're welcome, Kiru. Absolutely. Is there anything else anyone is wondering or has a question on, or maybe we could send some energy, if that's a possibility? Is it, hey Petra? Hopefully I'm saying that right. Is it Petra or Petra? I just hope I'm saying it right. I don't want to be saying names wrong here. Boy, do I have trouble with names. First, Petra. Okay. So the side business, Denise, I'm curious. I felt like I was doing something. I had 3 things come in, and I could be wrong on all 3, but I'm just going to go with it because when you're doing psychic work, just throw out the information you're getting. I'm feeling like either plants, something to do with piano, or something where maybe kids are being involved in creating something. I'm not sure. But that's what I was seeing, and I'm not sure if any of those even make sense. And if it's none of those, that's okay too, because I can just answer the question with the cards. No. Okay, perfect. None of those. See, that's what happens. So, an artistic hobby, you're wondering what you could do there. So let's see. And that's an important thing, you guys. If you're doing mediumship, throw out what you get, and don't be afraid of the no's. It's not fun to hear, but also I'm still alive. It didn't kill me, so I'm doing okay. Alright, so let's do this. There's a lot of air energy here, so I get the 9 of Swords in reverse, okay? This to me is coming out of overthinking, so I feel like you're actually going to get ready to start making some steps here, and then I get the King of Swords. This to me is taking logical action, and I get the Star card, which is hoping for this endeavor to pay off. So, would it be successful? To me, I mean, I look at this and I think, oh, this is the 17th. Okay. Yeah, it is. 17, the Star card. And hi, designed by yes, you guys can all ask a question here. I'm addressing Denise, and then I'm going to address everyone else here. So let's do Denise's question, then I can address you, Petra, and we can go from there. So my question is, would you want it to be successful? Because to me, this looks like it will be successful, but you have to want it. Like, and I'm guilty of doing this too, holding on to the idea, holding on, and never releasing it into the universe. And when we hold on to an idea and we don't release it, we're not giving the universe time to manifest it for us. So I would say worst case scenario is you try it and it doesn't work out and you can try it in a different way. But I would say give it a shot, see what happens. And if you fail, realize that usually if we fail, we're one step closer to success, right? Yeah, that's... But I would say there's no harm in trying, right? If you have a hobby or if you have something, I'd say there's no harm in just trying it and seeing what happens, right? Again, worst case scenario is it doesn't work out, right? You're very welcome. You're very, very welcome. Okay, Petra, go for it. What do you got for me? Let me actually draw a little more of an energy card here, too. I'm waiting for Petra's question. So, and while I'm waiting for Petra's question, Denise, Healer of the Ages, right here. So this means that, to me, you have it in you. You have it in you to do whatever it is. Sure, Petra, anything general, just whatever you feel like would be appropriate. Just answering questions or doing some energy work or whatever we can do here. But I'm not sure the difference between the two. Not sure I'm understanding what you're saying. It can be anything you want to ask, and I will do my best to answer. Not saying I can answer any question, but I'm saying I will try to answer in some capacity. So go ahead, shoot, and we can go from there. Precise, general. Celibate for 6 years. Okay. Are you... I'm sure there's more to the question. I'll wait for you to type. Okay. Let's see what we can find out here, Petra. Let me see what I can find here. Let me see what I can shuffle up. No problem, no problem. Okay, so my thought on it is this. So, and correct me if I'm wrong, Petra, at any of these points, please feel free to be like, no, that's not right. Anybody that's asking me a question, please feel free. The only way I get better is if you guys tell me, hey, that doesn't sound quite right. Okay, so with that in mind, let's move into this. So 8 of Wands, Petra, is our first card here. And when I see the 8 of Wands, I see fast-moving energy. I see very quick-moving energy. So to me, this could be possibly being in a relationship or getting into a relationship when you were in one, right? When we were seeking that. I feel like maybe we were too quick to be into the relationship. We maybe were going at it too fast or too hard. I don't know if that makes sense. Like, did you feel like you were given 150% and the other person wasn't necessarily? Then we can go into the other cards here. Kind of. Okay. Alright. So kind of is good. We can work with kind of. Not totally. Alright. Okay. So then I'm going to draw a card on top of this one. And it's the King of Swords again. I don't go fast, but I'm deep. Okay, so the 8 of Wands can also be a card. To me, when I see the 8 of Wands, it's fast-moving energy. It can also be a little more intense, too. I mean, it depends. I see the King of Swords. Was the person you were possibly involved with this last time, were they a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra? By any chance? Or did they have, like, the qualities of an air sign, maybe aloof, or maybe... I'll wait to hear an answer here and then go from there. Okay, so it was an Aquarius individual. Was this person, because this was the energy card that I drew and I got deceit. So did this person turn out to be dishonest, or did the relationship end because there was dishonesty or mistrust in that part? Or that's what I'm seeing here. The cards are saying deceit, so I'm curious. No. Okay. So then this card here, I can do a clarifier on top of that. Did you walk away from them then? Did you break off the relationship because you just felt like it wasn't working? Or... You've been single for 6 years, okay. This right here feels like I'm going into the past, but I can read the rest of this and we can do it that way. Okay, okay. Alright, so then I get these other cards here that I laid off to the side. This is you taking a... That's a good question. When it comes to this, I guess I should stay on the topic. Okay, why can't you find a good man? So we'll stay on that topic, and we won't deter as much. So what I get here, our next card that I laid off to the side here when we started. Yeah, there could be someone coming in soon. 5D Pixie, there definitely could be. Because the King of Swords energy especially. And I get the Four of Swords energy, which to me was showing that we were taking a rest for a while. Okay, because you said celibate, so to me that's making a choice, right? Not to put ourselves out there for 6 years, like maybe waiting for something or having something happen in those regards. Long rest. Okay. Yeah, definitely, because the Four of Swords... And then the next card that I get here is the Emperor, right? And this is upright right here, so I feel like we're really trying to find someone maybe who brings structure and a sense of, I would say companionship, but I would say someone who really knows, like we're trying to attract this person who really knows how to be in their element of being that masculine kind of energy. They're not like a jerk about it. They're not full of themselves. I feel like it's a person that's more, I guess, open and giving, but also still has those very masculine kind of traits. Exactly. Okay. So then I'm getting here, we have the Five of Wands, or, yeah, Five of Wands. Need a spiritual man. Okay. So when I see the Five of Wands here, and like 5D Pixie was saying up there, so the Five of Wands to me is a card that can be like, it can be a competitive card, or it can be a competing card, possibly competing for attention, or it can be a card where we're just focusing a little too much. I'm actually going to draw a clarifier on this one. Yeah, and then it's the Ace of Wands card, okay, on top of the Five of Wands card. So I feel like there will be someone that comes in here soon. I can't necessarily give a timeline per se, but the very last card that I'm getting here for a new start to a relationship, because the Ace of Wands is a new start. It can also be more of a, let's call it a phallic symbol, right? It can be more of the man's energy coming in. That can be something. But the last card that I get here is the Ten of Cups, okay? And this is allowing ourselves to be happy in a situation. So I do feel like we're finding someone. And up at the top, this card's kind of hard to see, but up at the top it's like two people. So to me, this is having some fulfillment coming in, and this is feeling like there's going to be someone that's coming in for us, but it's going to take a little bit of time for us to get that. It's going to take a teeny bit of time for us to get that relationship coming in, because the more spiritual people, right, they tend to be a little more reclusive, at least from my point of view. Spirituality tends to be something that I feel like if everyone really spiritual, truly spiritual, came forward in the world, we could change a lot of things. But damn it, if not every single one of us is reclusive and just decides to stay in our homes, it's too damn comfortable. It's yeah. And let me draw one more energy card here, just to sort of get more of a reading here. And for those of you tuning in, just barely, this will be going up tomorrow as well, if you want to watch it from the beginning as well. Just throwing that out there. And I'm getting a sensation on my left side here. Yes, 5D, we are all hermits. Every single one of us. We hermitize every chance we get. Hello, Quantum Love 8. And if you guys have any other questions, go for it. I'm going to draw this energy card for you, Petra, and then we'll go from there. But hopefully I helped answer the question. So this one here, I get the woman holding the heart in reverse. And then I get the garden and the gate. So these two cards to me are, we're going to be entering a new phase of our life. And I feel like this is going to be more of a spiritual connection, right? Hermits healing and growing, said my Virgo moon. And that's true. That's absolutely true. And this here is, to me, we're coming into a new age. We're coming into a new spot. And as soon as we start stepping into this new, I don't know if it's a group situation, I don't know exactly what's happening, but there's going to be a shift in energy. And when this shift in energy happens, we're going to be given a choice. And we're going to be able to go deeper within ourselves to find this Ten of Cups situation, that spiritual union, right? Or we're going to have a choice to kind of stay where we're at and keep focusing on ourselves. I feel like it's always going to be there. I feel like this garden in the gate, I feel like that's going to be there for a while. And so we have plenty of time to focus on turning this right side up. Okay, the woman holding a heart. But this to me could also be when this happens, right? So if you think of the garden, right? If we change the words in the garden and we make it like the guarding, right? The guarding and the gate. That's what I feel. We need to let down our guard and we need to focus on letting other people come in when the time comes. We need to understand what that looks like, friend versus foe, and how we can focus on that. Yeah, Source is calling us all, absolutely. So this energy here is us shedding what no longer is serving us. So Petra, I hope that gives you some insight into this, but I do feel like this is going to turn out really well for you. So just give it some time and focus on ever evolving and ever strengthening that sense of self, and someone will come along that sees your light and your energy and can match that. Yes, thank you, Quantum Love. Amen, brother, let down walls and guards. Yes, absolutely. Okay, so are there any other questions, you guys? And you're very welcome, Petra. To me, the patience isn't just about not doing anything. I mean, patience is one of those. Oh, okay, I remember. Tiki. Okay. Remember a little bit. I'm not the best with names, but I do remember a little bit. I understand you've been patient, Petra, and I know I'm not asking for just more patience. It's like there's more time for evolution here. And if you feel like you're struggling in finding a match, I feel like there's more work that could possibly be done. Maybe just letting ourselves kind of go into that world again. I mean, it's hard with the spiritual community, though. It's hard to find those people, and I get that, so it's difficult. It can be difficult. But I do feel like there's a silver lining to the cloud, so to speak, and I feel like eventually your patience will be rewarded, but I understand waiting is difficult, to say the least, right? Okay, so any questions, you guys? Moving on, or anything going on that way? Shuffle these one more time. Okay, well, I'm not seeing any more questions. So, how can you improve spiritually? 5D Pixie. Okay, let's look. Oh, thank you very much, Quantum Love. Looks like we're going to be going on a little bit longer here. Going to be addressing 5D Pixie's question. And she's starting her own tarot channel. So if you want to, you guys can check her out in the future here. Alright. So how can we improve our spirituality? Let's do this here. Yes, right after 5D Pixie's question, Quantum Love, I can definitely address yours. Okay. Okay, so 5D Pixie. We have the Queen of Coins in reverse, okay? We have the Four of Cups, and we have the Devil in reverse. So when I see these cards right here, in this situation, how I read it, is like this. The Queen of Coins in reverse, I feel like she's giving too much of herself in a situation. She doesn't have that mature kind of energy where she's focused more on building up her own empire or herself. She's focused more on letting other people sort of dictate things around her. And that's what I'm feeling here. So Denise, it's just 5D Pixie. So 5, the letter D, and then P-I, space P-I-X-I-E. I think that's her channel name. I'm pretty sure it's her channel name. But, so then I get the Four of Cups and the Devil in reverse. And this to me is, we need to fill ourselves back up. And we need to focus more on allowing ourselves to be fulfilled, right? We need to realize that we're not being selfish by saying we're taking time for ourselves or by doing our own thing. And to me, the Devil in reverse, right? The Devil in reverse is an interesting card because this is not feeling like you're being selfish for taking time out. As soon as we take time out, there's this tendency of being like, oh, I'm selfish, or I'm this, or I'm that. And that's not the case. Establishing more firm boundaries is a really good step to take. Increasing spiritually is just allowing ourselves to be, feeling our own energy, realizing that it's not wrong to feel however we're feeling, and taking that a step forward. So spirituality, to increase that, we're just moving into a positive mental state of being in the moment, and then we're actionizing that. I don't know if that's a word, but we're actionizing it and we're turning it into something positive by taking the flow and turning it into something productive, if that makes sense. Then I get the Moon card in reverse, and then I get the Ace of Wands. So how I read these two cards is that we're very, very close to having something materialize. The only thing blocking us is there's a subconscious fear of maybe not feeling like we're good enough or not feeling like we can do it, but we definitely can. The Ace of Wands card coming up is an incredible card of creative. It's like creative, it's ingenuitive, it's fast moving, it's new projects, it's focusing on just incredible events moving forward, and there's a lot of energy here. I'm going to draw an energy card. Okay, I'm saying energy a lot, but that's what I'm feeling here. So let's move on into this. Okay. Let's do one more little shuffle here. All right. I'm glad you like it, Quantum Love. That means a lot to me. I'm trying to include everyone here and trying to really form a sense of community and family. I want you guys to talk to each other in the comments and really sort of mingle. There needs to be more of this. There needs to be more people coming in and just feeling like they can sit down and relax for a minute. So let's see what we get here. So the thinking woman. So this is what I was saying. This is the moon card. This is the same energy. When I see the thinking woman, I feel like we're focusing too much. Maybe we're focusing too much on the thought process and not enough on the action part. So to me, this is realizing we have the resources we have. We're possibly overthinking because everything else is there. And we just need to do the step of, imagine it's a... You're very welcome. And this right here is just showing that you are prepared. You are ready. But just like the thinking woman in reverse, overthinking the situation doesn't make it better, right? Oh, thank you. Yes, I'm back. And I keep changing the names. I have my website up, the angeluschiron.com. That was a name I came up with a very long time ago, and I feel like it actually is a very spiritual name. It just came to me when I was, I think, like 12 or 13 or something, and it actually means a pretty spiritual thing, so you guys can check that out on the website. But just focusing more on letting yourself be in the moment, not overthinking, and establishing those boundaries that we've been talking about. And so that's something that I feel like will definitely help 5D Pixie. Hopefully that answers your question. Getting a little flubbed up there. All right. So, Quantum Love, what do you have for me? You said you had a question. And I hope that addressed your question too, 5D. 5D Pixie. Sorry, you guys. I'm checking to see how my phone's doing while I'm recording this. Oh, you can crack the neck, guys. Crack the neck. Feels good. It's probably not good for me, but so far, no harm done. I can see what we can find here. Let's do a love reading here. Let me shuffle these cards one more time and go from there for you. And again, you guys, the first about 20 minutes of the reading will focus on, well, the spiritual side, the single side, the couple side. So that's why I do that. And I usually don't address the people that come into the chat, just so you guys know. If you come in and say hi, and I don't reply right away, I'm just focusing on doing about the first 20 minutes, unless I'm doing all the sign readings. The first 20 minutes, I'm usually just focusing on getting information out there so that when people watch the video later, they just have the information there, and I'm not saying hello to everyone and everything, so that's why I do it that way, just so you know in the future. Okay, so for Quantum, let me see. That card comes up so much, that does too. I will, Quantum. I will be me, and I will stay free. That's the other rhyme for that. Ooh, okay, Quantum. We're dealing with some energies here, so bear with me. And like I said to Petra, if I'm wrong, I am wrong. If I'm talking to you guys, please let me know if I'm getting stuff right, wrong, I enjoy the yes answers. Trust me, I absolutely do. But I also enjoy improving. So your guys' feedback can help me here. All right. Um, so I get the King of Coins, very first card. We get this card here. King of Coins. He's sitting like this. So Quantum. Can I ask you? Are you an Earth sign? Virgo, Taurus. Gosh, I'm having a hard time here. Or the other one. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. I'm all three of those, and yet I couldn't remember. Okay. Because the very first card we get is a very strong Earth sign kind of energy, so I'm curious. King of Coins. That's a lot of Earth. Virgo Moon. Okay. Okay, so when I look at this, I'm seeing... So Virgo Moon, and then what's interesting about that is the next card was the Moon in reverse, okay? So again, and yeah, all the placements, it's crazy. I'm a Taurus Sun, and then I'm a... Oh, gosh. I think I'm an Aquarius Moon, Taurus Sun. I have all the elements except water. I have no water in my... I have, like 2 degrees of Pisces somewhere in there, so I'm like all the elements. So basically, it's hard for me to go with the flow, but I'm working on it, right? So the Moon in reverse, this could be overthinking. Yes, Virgo rising in Aquarius Moon. Yes. Taurus. Oh, I get mixed up on those. Okay. And that's it. And then I just say goodbye. Can you imagine? No. Okay, Virgo rising, Aquarius Moon. But let's focus on Quantum Cat. Cancer Sun, Mars and Venus, and Leo Moon. Wow. See, and I don't know anything about the astrology side. I have no idea about that. So I want to say eventually I'll learn. It never seems to happen, but I believe there's power there. I just never learn. Okay, so the Moon in reverse, I feel like we're looking at... to me, that could be overthinking. That could also be holding on to subconscious fears, possibly, because the next card I get... Cancer Sun, Leo rising, Aquarius Moon for 5D Pixie. So we share the same moon. Wow, I don't understand anything anyone's saying anymore, but that's okay. So you guys are speaking another language. Let's move on. So I get the Moon card in reverse, and then I have the Emperor in reverse here. So Quantum, when it came to love, are we still... I know you, yes, I know you, 5D Pixie, don't worry. I know you, and I'm sure some of our viewers know you too. I'm sure they recognize you. So the Emperor... I know, right? The Cancers... Yeah, and there's... I've noticed on my videos I get a lot of Cancer views too. And then sometimes a hell of a lot of Libras, and I don't know what that's about. It's weird. So Quantum, are we working on recovering from maybe past relationships? Like, are we working on putting things into perspective? Because when I see the Emperor in reverse, I feel like this is looking to sort of get out or heal these situations. Brown hair girl from years ago. If you mean 5D Pixie, yes, I think that's who you're talking about. You guys will have to check out her channel. Yeah, Brown, yes. You got a good memory, Quantum Love. You do. You seem to know all of this stuff, and I do remember. Was it Tiki Love before on the channel. Tiki Love something, or just maybe that's what it was. I can't remember. So yeah, I feel like there's recovery here from a situation or putting things into perspective. Thank you. We're back. We're back and we're ready to really go. Tiki Love 8. Okay, yep. Okay. Yes, I remember. You were very sweet and you would comment on quite a few of my videos, if I can remember correctly, so I appreciate that. Anyone that's part of that community and trying to keep the love flowing and going, I really do appreciate that. But essentially what I'm seeing here is I get the Fool card at the end of this reading, and to me this is things will go really well for you here, but I feel like there's still a teeny bit of time left before the energy starts playing out completely. But the Fool card is like a fresh start. And yes. The Fool card is a fresh start into a situation, so this is really good in my opinion. I'm going to draw an energy card here and get a little bit more. Okay. Yes, she is. 5D Pixie is my partner, you guys. I didn't know if she wanted us, I don't know how that goes. I want to be private, but I want to share things, and I didn't know if she wanted me to say that necessarily. But she's an absolute gem, and she is my partner, and she's amazing. She's helped me grow so much. She's the reason why I feel like I've changed as much as I have as a man. I feel like she's helped me to see the emotional side of things. I used to be someone who was very, let's say, constipated emotionally, right? And now not so much. She was the, she was the X-Lax for my emotions. And I mean that in the best way possible. Oh. Thank you guys, you're very sweet. So because of that, that's why I talk a lot about emotional growth and things like that. If you guys are ever like, boy, he won't stop talking about it. Not that you guys would, but that's why I talk about it. That's why I talk about emotional growth and spiritual growth. Because for me, I had to go through that before I could ever realize any of these abilities. And yes, love is beautiful. Love is incredible. And I'm very, very lucky to have found someone. We've been together for 11 years? Yes, emotions are very important. Absolutely. And yeah. You're gonna get me all gushy. I'm gonna start blushing in here. Yeah. Don't know why I did a thick Texas accent there, but that's how it goes. Okay. Okay, Elena, you're being way too sweet. 5D Pixie, I mean. Shoot. Love you too. I love you too. And thank you for coming on here and helping and just being there for me, as you always are. Okay. Yeah. And it's hard, especially if it's a male energy. It doesn't have to be a man. I mean, you can be emotionally constipated and be man or woman, but for me personally, it took a lot of oh, Petra, you're too sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. You're very welcome, and we're very happy to be here. You guys are awesome. Yeah, it took me a lot to step out of my self, I guess would be the word. no, I don't know how to say it, but it took me a lot to realize certain things. But I'm on the spiritual path and I'm growing with you guys, and by no means do I have it all figured out. I don't. Box. Yeah, box works. Coming out of my box. The box of myself. Think outside the bun. Or the box, or whatever. Yes, Petra's really cool. I like Petra too. It's really nice to have you guys here and to just be so supportive. It means a lot. And doing these lives has been something that I've really enjoyed doing because I get to connect with you guys and I get to talk with you guys. And I'm hoping that turns into, more and more relationships developing and just moving on into something a little more grand, right? Again, the hermits need to unite some way. And regardless of if there was a pandemic or not, we know it would be through a screen. We just know, because that's how hermits are. But I just appreciate having you guys here and just being with me. It means a lot. Yes. Absolutely. Right spot. So, you guys. Is there any more questions before I say toodaloo? And this will upload tomorrow, so you guys can watch it. But I'm just wondering if there's any questions, any thing going on there. You're very welcome, Denise, and I'm glad you look forward to them. Pull one card for you as a group. I'll do better than that. I will be here for the next 48 hours. And I'll just not stop talking. No. One card? Okay, you guys, you decide. Are we going to do... I think that's an amazing idea. Group card is an awesome idea. Okay, so are we going to do the Fountain Tarot? Or are we going to do an energy card? Okay, you guys decide. Do we do an energy card or do we do the Fountain Tarot? Energy cards are the blue ones. Fountain Tarot is the other ones. The silver ones. Let's vote on it. Let's see. Energy card, energy, and Kiru says follow your intuition. Blue. Okay. Okay, it's unanimous. We're going to do an energy card. All right. Let me shuffle these up. Pixie said energy. I do like Pixie Pick, though. Elena, you need to do that. The Pixie Pick a card reading. I really like that. Or like Pix a card reading. I don't know. Something to do with that. Okay. I really want to shuffle these. It's been the same cards over and over, so give me a second while I really shuffle these, you guys. Oh, you were going to do that, actually. Someone's tuning in. Someone's tuning into those energies. Oh, I love how that works. Just flows. Okay. Alright, I have shuffled these many, many times. So, before my hands cramp up and fall off. Oh. Ah, man. Let's see what we get here. This is probably not the group card we were wanting. It's financial constraints. But, let's read one more. Okay, this is actually really interesting. I did 2 cards, I didn't do 1. But we have financial constraints. And then we broke his hell. Ah, that's funny. That's some funny stuff right there. Okay. So, financial constraints and door to value in reverse. So, to me, this is even if we do feel like financially we are uh, feeling not as strong as we could be, we're not feeling as successful as we could be, or wealthy as we could be, we still have what we need here to find value in ourselves. Because the door to value in reverse to me is us not valuing ourselves enough. And the fight anyway. Want what you have, and I've said that before. And actually, um, 5D Pixie, Elena was telling me that we watch Alan Watts, and I think he says want what you have, or if it's not him, it's someone else. I don't know. I'm really bad with name. But want what you have is waking up and realizing that we have enough of what we need, and we can do something with that. And we can be grateful for what we already have instead of hoping for the next thing. We can focus on what we have now. Yes, being thankful for what we have already, absolutely. So that's what I would take these cards as being. It's like right on the money, unfortunately. Well, or write off the money. I mean, that might be what we need to do on our taxes. Let's write off that money, right? Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this reading here, and I will come back on. And if I can say something, blessing the food and roof. Yes, absolutely, you guys. Pun intended, Denise. This is where it's good. This is where we can connect, and I'm loving this. You guys are giving an awesome energy here. This is awesome. This is good. I feel like we got a little spiritual family going here. I mean, while I have you guys here, do you like the weekly, the Aquarius, the Aries readings? Do you like those? Would you want me to do a live where I focus on reading each of the 12 signs? Okay, so you would like that. All right. Well, I need to learn how to be a little quicker. Sign by sign. Yeah, I could do that. I could do the sign by signs. 12 signs reading. I always love that. Yes. Okay. All right, that's unanimous. You guys are loving the 12 sign readings. Okay. All right. Yes, we do, Quantum. We all got beautiful energy, and so tomorrow, I guess we can do the sign by sign readings and go from there. And I mean, that's going to be another long video. Hopefully, you guys don't mind long videos from me. But yeah. Thank you, 5D Pixie. And you like the 12 signs too? Okay. Or the elements. All right. And we'll just go from there. I think we can do a little bit of everything. You guys are awesome. And you're the ones spoiling me here. You guys are being so sweet and so nice. I appreciate that. That means so much to me to just, again, have that connection. And that's what we're here for. So, yes, 5D Pixie, Elena, everyone here is amazing. It's just so nice. And you're very welcome, Kiru, for all of this. And this is just nice. Tuning in, or having you guys tune in, watch, and we'll go from there, okay? So, I will talk to you guys, I'm thinking, tomorrow, and probably, I don't know, what time works best for you guys? I started at 4 p.m. my time. I'm wondering if I should start at 5 and then just go for a couple hours tomorrow and do all the signs. What do you guys think? 5 p.m. MST, an hour from when I started this last time? Does that work better for everyone? Yeah, MST, Mountain Time. Hey, Kiru, don't worry about that, okay? When the money comes in, it'll come in. I'm not worried about it. You'll always have time to talk to me. There's no hurry. There's no rush. I just appreciate you reaching out, you know? So, uh, yeah, I just appreciate that. So, let's do that, and I can do 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time for tomorrow for doing these live readings. And yeah, oh, okay, had a connection issue there for just a second, but we'll do that. So 5 p.m. tomorrow, I'll talk to you guys. We'll do the Aquarius readings, and I'm going to be more focused on getting the readings done, but after we can chat, if that makes sense, you guys, because those will be my weeklies. Okay. Yeah, and then you'll be able to check it out on the channel when it uploads again the next day as well, if you guys want to watch that. But I won't be talking as much as like we're doing now, because I'm going to be focusing on doing Aquarius, Aries, Cancer, Capricorn. So hopefully that makes sense. Awesome. Okay, guys. Well, with that being said, I will talk to you guys this time for sure. Love all you guys. You guys are amazing. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Take care. Have an awesome evening, and speak with you soon. So, doodles. See, this is awkward because I need to like leave, but I don't know how. Okay, everyone, goodbye. You guys are awesome.